Hi, this is Brian Whitaker at Whitts Ranch. I wanted to talk about something that has come up a few times this last week about in my subject that's come up in my lessons, and that's turning with one hand. Specifically with one hand when you ride one-handed, especially when it relates to roping, specifically especially when you're heeling. But this can be whether you're on a trail ride or anything else, doing a circle or doing a rollback, any kind of tight maneuvers. And what I've noticed is people tend to use their hand too much. They lead with their hand, and I'm talking about the hand that's on the reins, and overdo their hand. What I mean is, when I turn, let's talk about turning to the left. I'm going to rotate my waist, bring my left shoulder back, and I talk about your eyes are on your chest, so don't just turn your head, turn your whole waist and your chest, and the hand simply just comes with your body. It's not the first thing to come, it's just a reinforcement. It's if your horse missed everything else, then the hand comes too. But try to always ride with your left hand, in this case, over the center of your horse's mane as much as possible. If you do all those things, if you turn your body and you open up your left leg, close your right leg, and your horse doesn't seem to respond, then simply lift and pull back slightly, and I mean slightly. Try not to move your hand to the left. It's whatever direction people want to go, that's where their hand leads. And if they're not getting it, then they push their hand out more. And this is what I'm talking about. First of all, I don't have my rein doubled. I'm in a snaffle bit. It's got the roll to it, the loop. And right here, I'm just doing some warm-ups as I'm swinging my rope. I'm bringing my left shoulder back, rotating. And if my horse isn't stepping through, I'll elevate my hand slightly, and I'm lifting. I'm not pulling. It's kind of like what they describe a good bronc rider. They'll lift on that rein and not pull. When you lift, that helps keeps your seat bones down in your saddle where they belong, and it also helps if you rope. It helps you be able to rope, stay in roping position. You can obviously do this to the right as well, but we were kind of specifically talking to the left when this came up. I'm going to do a little more work here with him, and then I'll show a few things that, first of all, I got to get the rope off my foot. And that's a good thing to get a horse through, is let the rope get on all feet. I back my horse up a lot. I feel backing is good with timing to get them to step through. And I'm just readjusting here. But again, look down and make sure your hand isn't way far one side or the other. The more you pull, the more you're actually making it worse. So if you were trying to pull to the left, you're actually starting to pull on that right rein and totally confusing the horse and looking like a lot of the old westerns where they go hand first, the horses gape their mouth, and they turn their head opposite. So here I'm showing it without a rope. It's a good exercise. I'm looking to my left, and here I'm elevating just a hair, and then when I want to come out of that turn, I just push forward and ride forward. Now I'm going to show it, I think, here. Yeah, I don't loop my reins, and I show what people do. Copper's coming through in spite of it, but you can see how that rein pulls hard on the right side, and it caused him to kind of stall out for a second. I don't like to show that much, because he tried in spite of it. So now I'm showing it again. See how he kind of wants to come to the right with his head, and he gets a little confused? I say, okay, enough messing around, and then I'll just finish on a good note. But hopefully that makes sense. Sometimes it's hard to describe things, but don't lead with your hand when you turn. And let's take a heeling run out of the box, for example. You want to rotate, I think you want to rotate to the left a little bit anyway with your body. You keep your feet down underneath you, and you rotate at your waist. And then you would just elevate or lift slightly to get a nice crisp corner. Anyway, hope that helps. Let me know if you got any questions. So as I ended that, I thought of something I should add is, whatever direction you turn, I like the horse's eye, nose, jaw. I want everything to go in that direction. And that's why it's so important when I say when you aren't getting your turn and you push your hand, let's say, to the left harder, you get their nose to go to the right. That's the complete opposite. You want them to, I think, it feels best to me, and I think it's best for their posture to look into that turn like that slightly. You're going to see if you're going to the left, a little bit of the left eye, they're going to rotate at the pole into that turn. They're going to rotate their whole head and neck gently. They're not going to bend through the neck. They're going to bend through the pole, in my opinion, correctly, or when you're doing it correctly. And then I'll go back and forth, left and right like this to get them soft, and I'm just doing some soft exercises to go back and forth. When I'm turning, that direction I go, I want to see that front leg swing and lead into the turn. So, for example, going to the left, I'd like to see the left leg pick up and go to the left and not forward, and lead with that left leg. I feel like when all those things are happening, I probably have some good timing, and I probably have my horse soft and supple and doing all the good things that help them to strengthen and to be in good posture. Here I'm just side passing over. And that when I side pass, I will bring my hand a little bit to try and block, because in that case I do want their head to be to the left a little bit. Since he just did so well there, I am a big believer. I'm just gonna, you did well, every good session. I'll just step off you right there. The gate's not a scary place, and I'll loosen you up, and we'll call it good. And you go out to the pasture and eat some more the rest of the day. So I thought I'd add that. Again, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.